Hi, and welcome to your EFT tapping for Speaking Your Truth. I am so excited to do this tapping with you today. It's something that speaks very near and dear to my heart. But before we get into the tapping, I just wanted to announce that I am launching my own EFT tapping library, which is very exciting. Something I wanted to do for a while. So this library will have shorter videos, tapping videos, longer tapping videos, how-to videos, more conversations around how to apply this much more tangibly to your life. So if you're interested in that, you can get more information in the caption below. There will be a link for you to sign up. And if you have any questions, you can leave it in the comments or you can email me directly. So if you're new to my work, you can check out some of my earlier tapping videos where I go through what tapping is, how it works, what it does, what's going on as you tap on these different parts of your body. But for now, let's start to ease into this video, which, like I said, is tapping for speaking your truth. The reason why I feel like this is so important is because so many of us have blocks around speaking our truth, and yet we have such important things to say, not only to express ourselves, but to stand up for ourselves, to create boundaries, to create different relationships, to have deeper conversations, to create more intimacy, whatever it is. Speaking our truth is so important in all aspects of our life. And if you are someone who falls within, some sort of marginalized category, it's even more important and there's even more challenges. But speaking your truth, no matter how you identify, is important across the board. So for this tapping video, I want you to, because as we know, or maybe you don't know, but tapping is best when something is specific. So I want you to bring to mind a truth, and let's not do the most activating one. Like, let's not choose the thing that is extremely dysregulating. Let's choose something that is between, on the intensity level, maybe between like a 1 and a 5, maybe a 6. Let's not choose the deepest, darkest secret that we now need to feel like we have to tell to everyone, okay? That might require a little bit more time and energy and attention and perhaps working with a practitioner because it might bring up more. So with that said, go ahead and bring to mind something that you're like, this is something I would like to express. And maybe it's to a person, or maybe it's, maybe you're blogging or you're creating content and this is something you want to write. It doesn't always have to be something you're speaking about, but it can be. So choose one thing. Is it a conversation? Is it something that you are wanting to share, like I said, creatively? But something where you feel like you need to speak your truth and share your voice, whatever medium that is. So go ahead and call that to mind, whether you visualize it or you just are thinking about it. And then I want you to sense into your body where you are feeling sensation. So if you're feeling like a constriction in your throat, or you're feeling a block in your chest, a heaviness in your chest, maybe there's a pit in your stomach. Again, this is something that you feel like challenged around. Don't choose a thing where you're like, I feel totally self-expressed around sharing this. And then go ahead and rate that sensation between a 1 and a 10. 1 being like, I don't feel this at all. 10 being like, this is through the roof. And if you're not someone who can sense the body that well, not all of us have like the strongest relationship to sensation in our body, and that's totally fine. Just notice what happens. Do thoughts start to come to mind? Maybe you have visuals. So just noticing what happens. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and start tapping on the side of the hand. And you can repeat after me either out loud or in your mind. And please make sure you're not doing anything like driving or operating heavy machinery. You can tap on either side if you're new. The meridians run on both sides, so it doesn't matter which side you tap on. So go ahead and take a deep breath. Again, calling to mind, what truth am I needing or wanting to speak? taking a deep breath and noticing again what happens in your body, or just noticing what happens in general. And repeating after me, even though there's this truth I would love to express, or I want to express, but I'm feeling blocked around it. And I choose to have so much compassion for myself. And it makes sense that I feel this way. Even though I feel this sensation in my body, or I can just sense this block. When I think about sharing this specific truth, and go ahead and call to mind, what is that truth that you're wanting to speak to? I choose to have compassion for myself. And of course I would feel this way. It makes sense that I feel this way. And last time on the side of the hand, even though I really want to speak this truth, it feels important to speak this truth. But when I think about doing it, I feel this block. And I choose to have so much compassion for myself. And maybe I can be open to shifting my experience around this today. Okay, let's go ahead and tap on the top of the head. As you tap on the top of the head, take a deep breath in and out. And as you tap here, just call to mind or visualize or think about, what truth do I feel like I need to share or speak to? Tapping on the eyebrow point. And go ahead and say what this is. Is it a feeling that you need to share with someone? Is it a creative idea that you're wanting to share, a perspective that you're wanting to share? And as you tap here, just go ahead and bring it to mind, or you can say it out loud as well. And go ahead and tap on the side of the eye. This, and repeating after me, this truth that I want to share. Tapping underneath the eye. I want to speak to it. I want to share it. But I'm just feeling blocked. Tapping underneath the nose. And I feel this block in and go in and say where you feel it or where you sense it. Tapping on the chin point. It feels really important for me to speak this truth. Tapping on the collarbone point, but I feel like it's trapped inside of me. Tapping underneath the arm, even though I know I need to speak to it. Tapping on the top of the head, and again, just taking a deep breath in here. And as you breathe here, again, see if you can send the breath into the area where you feel the block. So if you feel a pit in your stomach, can you breathe into the pit? Or if you feel a heaviness in your chest, can you send the breath, either literally or imagining it, into the chest or the part of the body where you're feeling this block? And as you tap on the eyebrow point, notice if there's any emotion that's coming up. When you think about speaking this truth, is an emotion that's already percolating. It's already on the surface there. And see if you can name it. And if you can't, don't worry about it. You can make a sound. I just feel this ugh feeling. Or you can move your body. I feel like I want to close up. I feel like I want to go into a ball. Just do what feels intuitive to you to demonstrate what this block feels like. And go ahead and tap on the side of the eye. And as you tap on the side of the eye, I want you to focus in on one specific detail that is causing you to feel blocked around speaking your truth. So if it's a person that you want to share this with, is it one particular aspect of them that's causing you to feel this blocked feeling? Or is it something that you want to say, like one specific phrase or one specific thought that you want to share that's causing you to be like, I could not possibly share that. So tapping underneath the eye, and just go ahead and say, this one detail about sharing my truth is causing me to feel blocked. And call to mind what that specific thing is. And if you need to pause and think about it, or journal, or just tap and reflect, you can do that. Tapping underneath the nose. And as you tap here, notice again, as you think about or reflect on this detail, where do you feel it in the body? Or where do you sense it? And see if you can breathe into that. Breathe into that space. Breathe into that part of the body. Tapping on the chin. I want to express and share this truth. But this one detail is really making me feel blocked. Tapping on the collarbone point. And I feel it in and again, sense it, breathe into it as you tap on the collarbone point. And if there's emotion that's coming up, that's totally fine. Notice it. You can share it as you tap here. I feel shame. I feel fear. I feel sadness. And just saying, it's okay that I feel this way. I'm not the only one who feels this way. Tapping underneath the arm. I want to share my truth. But this one detail really feels like it's blocking me. We're going to do one more round and go ahead and tap on the top of the head. And just noticing how the body feels now that we've kind of given some attention to the block. We've given some attention to the detail that maybe is causing the block. And again, you can pause. You can go back and do another round where you focus on the detail and you focus on the feeling and maybe the emotions that it's bringing up. But if you're ready to go to the next round, let's take a deep breath in here and just saying, maybe I still feel blocked around sharing my truth. Tapping on the eyebrow point, and that's okay. Tapping on the side of the eye. I don't have to have it all figured out right now. I don't have to rush. Tapping underneath the eye. I can move at the pace that feels safe for me. And share when I'm ready to share. Tapping underneath the nose. But maybe I can start to think about what it could feel like to share this. Tapping on the chin. And as you tap here, I want you to just bring to mind or feel in your body, in an ideal world, how would I like to feel when I share this or after I share this? So if you need to pause here, you can, or you can keep tapping and start to fill in the picture. Where are you when you shared this truth? Are you by yourself and you're doing something creative and you're sharing it and you're writing about it? Or are you communicating it with someone? And in an ideal world, how do you feel sharing it? How do you feel? We can't control the other person or what happens, but how do we feel in sharing it? Tapping on the collarbone point. And as you tap here, just breathing in to the possibility. Where do you feel like a little bit of possibility in your body? Like, oh, maybe I could feel relief. Maybe I could feel open. And as you tap on the collarbone point, notice where you might feel some openness. And see if you can breathe into that openness and allow it to spread to other parts of your body. Tapping underneath the arm. Maybe it's possible to share my truth in a way that feels good for me. As you tap here again, just start to massage that image in your mind. What does it feel like? What does it look like for me to finally share this truth? And take a deep breath in. And out. And you can stop tapping. Let's go ahead and massage the sore point. The sore point. So it's about an inch in from the armpit. And you're just going to rub there and take a deep breath in. And then moving to the other side, finding the armpit, moving about an inch in, taking a deep breath in. And as you let all that settle, just starting to think about the difference that it would make for you to be able to communicate, to share this truth of yours. And think about how it might inspire other people, how you might be able to connect deeper with other people, how you might inspire others to do the same. So if you need to go back and do that, please do. If more came up, you're welcome to reach out to me or other EFT practitioners to examine maybe some of the deeper blocks or things that are showing up that aren't allowing you to speak your truth. Again, whatever it may be, whether it's creatively, with content, within relationships, at work, whatever it is, know that there's support. Okay? Thank you so much for doing this for yourself and for everyone around you. Happy tapping, and I will see you soon.